Have a blessed day to all of you. My name is Eliza Mayas Marapas, 1B for Electronics Technology. And for today's video and presentation, my topic is about electric dryer. What is electric dryer? Electric dryers run off heating coils and typically operate on a 240-volt current, which is twice the strength of a household current. This is why you will find larger electrical outlets in your laundry room. Electric dryers benefit. Most electric dryers comes in a wide range of models and have a lower upfront cost. History of electric dryer. Altor Fur invented what is likely the first electric clothes dryer in 1937. J. Rose Moore, an inventor from North Dakota, developed designs from automatic clothes dryers during the early 20th century. His design for an electrically operated dryer was developed and released to the public in 1938. A clothes dryer, otherwise known as a tumbler dryer or simply dryer, is an appliance that has become a mainstay in Canadian households. It is meant to remove moisture from clothing, bedding, and other textiles. Typically, a dryer is used right after the load is washed in a washing machine. Are you looking to buy a dryer for your home? Or perhaps you are finally about to replace your shabby and outdated model. There are several types to choose from the simplest to the most high-end ones. But regardless of the price or features, all clothes dryers pretty much work the same way. That is, they rely on heat, air, and motion to remove moisture and consequently dry your clothes. Types of clothes dryers. Several types of clothes dryers exist, each with varying features and respective props and cons. With that said, one is not better than the other, and it all comes down to your needs, preferences, or even budget. Here is a quick rundown of the most common types available in the market. The first one, the gas dryers. As the name indicates, gas clothes dryers use gas to generate the heat needed to dry the clothing and textiles. They expend less electricity to power the unit and often heat the clothes faster, translating to a quicker drying time. But keep in mind that this type of dryer requires a ventilation system, which means that it is not ideal if you are short on space. A gas dryer is perfect for you if you want an energy efficient model that dries the clothes slightly faster while saving up on power. Keep in mind that it tends to be pricier than other models. However, being energy efficient means that it's much cheaper to operate, especially long term. The next one, vented dryers. Vented dryers are perhaps the most common type of dryer in the market. Essentially, they work by heating up the air and sending it to the drum. The hot air is vented out of the system and replaced with fresh air once it becomes too moist, which means that it won't be able to dry the clothes properly. Vented clothes dryers are usually cheap, but they can be expensive to operate. It is also worth not noting that the presence of moist air can cause the laundry room to become excessively muggy. Who is it for? A vented dryer is perfect if you want something affordable and widely available. Another bonus is that it generally has the largest capacity among the different dryer types. The third one, condenser dryer. Standard clothes dryers typically use a heating element to elevate the machine's internal temperatures. Condenser dryers, however, work a little differently. That is, they pull in air from around the unit, then pass it through a condenser, where it is warmed up. Afterward, the dryer sends the heated air to the drum to dry the clothing. Compared to conventional vented models, condenser dryers tend to have lower temperatures inside the appliance, which means that they often need more time to dry the clothes. The extended drying period in turn equates to higher energy usage. For this reason, it is not the best option if you want something energy efficient. The fourth one, heat pump condenser dryer. Heat pump operated clothes dryers offer the latest advancement in drying technology. As the name suggests, it uses a heat pump instead of a condenser to remove the moisture from clothing. Specifically, it relies on a refrigerant system consisting of hot and cold coils. This appliance works by drawing air from its surroundings, then sends it through the drum of the heat pump. The closed side condenses the collected air coming from the pump, releasing moisture and generating heat. Meanwhile, the hot coils reheat the lingering air for further use, raising the temperature of the air as it recirculates back to the drum. Overall, this result is in a highly efficient process that consumes around 50% less energy than other dryers. These are the schematic and parts of a electric dryer. Clothes dryers are pretty simple machines that use a fuel source to heat air and a motor and fan to blow it around. When they break, however, you may worry that the only person who can actually fix it is a professional. Before you dial your local service, know you can tend to a surprising number of small dryer issues yourself and save some money in the process. Equipment and tools to use: voltage meter and long-handled bristle brush. Short period. Solution: when a dryer shuts up abruptly after working perfectly, it is usually a problem with either the thermostat, the thermal resistor, or the thermal fuse that turns off the dryer to prevent overheating. You can check each of these parts with a voltage meter to determine if they are working properly or if they need to be replaced. Problem number 2. Dryer making unusual noise. Solutions: if you hear a thumping sound or see vibrations, the dryer may not be level. Each leg of the dryer can be adjusted, and it should be leveled front to back and side to side. Check for small items caught in the dryer drum. Coins, buttons, or paper clips can get caught between the drum and the front of or rear of the dryer. Use a flashlight to inspect the drum and remove any objects. Always check and empty packets before loading a washer or dryer. If you hear loud thumping, the clothing may be knotted or balled up. You may not be loading the dryer correctly. Remove the knotted items and give them a shake before reloading to complete the drying cycle. If you have a gas dryer and hear a clicking sound, this is normal. It is the gas valve opening and closing. Problem number 3. Dryer won't start. Solutions: the door latch may not be engaging. Check the latch for lint and clean it completely so that the door closes properly. When the lint is removed, use a bit of rubbing alcohol on a cotton swab to clean metal contact areas. Check the power supply, including fuses and circuit breakers. When replacing a fuse, be sure to use a time delay fuse. Check the dryer's internal thermal fuse. If it is blown, the dryer will not start. If you have a push start knob, it may not be engaging correctly. Remove the knob and clean behind it, removing any dirt and lint. Problem number 4. Clothes take forever to dry. These are the solutions. First, clean the lint filter. A filter loaded with lint reduces the airflow necessary for quick drying. You can recycle the lint for crafts. Second, clean the outside exhaust vent. If the outside vent is not opening and closing properly, moisture is trapped inside the dryer drum. Run the dryer for 5 or 10 minutes. Go outside and hold your hand under the outside exhaust hood to check air movement. If you do not feel air coming from the vent, it is black with lint and must be cleaned thoroughly. Remove any snow or leaves that may be blocking the vent. Also make sure the dryer vent duct is clean. The third one, check the dryer vent exhaust pipe. Be sure it is connected properly and has no kinks. If you are using a flexible hose, replace it with a rigid system. Next, reduce the size of each load. An overcrowded dryer does not allow clothes to tumble freely and receive heat evenly. Be sure the dryer is in a room that is above 45 Fahrenheit. A dryer cannot work efficiently in a room that is too cold. Check the air circulation around the dryer. If your dryer is in a closet, there must be ventilation openings at the top and bottom of the door. The front of the dryer requires a minimum of 1 inch of air space, and the back should have at least 5 inches. Problem number 5. Clothes are covered with lint. Solution. Clean the lint screen. If the screen is full and cannot hold any more lint, then the lint is going to stay on your clothes. Problem number 6. Clothes aren't dry after automatic timed cycle. Solutions. The load may not be connecting with the moisture sensor strips because there are not enough clothes in the drum or the dryer is not level. Small loads should be dried on timed dry rather than automatic dry. Clean the moisture sensor strips. The moisture sensor are usually two metal strips located inside the front edge of the dryer drum. If they become coated with residue from fabric softener sheets, they won't work properly. Clean them with a cotton ball and rubbing alcohol. I hope you learned something about my topic and how electric dryer is very important for our everyday living. That's all. Thank you.